wide open. He shoots. Harden missing again.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Montejunas with the steal. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Ariza against Johnson. Ariza passes to Montejunas. Buries the long-range jumper.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Dishes to Lopez. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Jones. And here's the fast break. Here's Harden.
Boy, that's his second foul, and he does not want to pick up number 3 here. That'll mess your game up for sure. What a performance from Harden here. He's got 11 points, and he's been delivering a healthy dose of helpers, too.
He really has, Clark. Always with his head up, looking to make the pass, trying to find the open man.
At the line for 2.
First free throw is good. Nets were pretty far back from relevance at times last season, as we saw. It took a late season hot streak for them, Greg, to get into the playoff picture.
Yeah, and that was a neck-and-neck race with the Pacers right till the very end. Not exactly what they had in mind at the start of the season, but they did pull through.
Howard's checked in for Houston. Here's Lopez, and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety. And, you know, for the Nets, they ended up being bounced out of the first round, fell to the #1 seed Hawks. They put up a good fight against Atlanta and made the series interesting, but still came up short.
Now here's Beverly. They set the pick. Off the pick. And Lopez pulls it down.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Here's Sloan. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Thaddeus Young.
And for the Nets in the postseason, they did have a good showing despite that early exit. Many people expected the Hawks to sweep, but they took them to 6 games and capped what was an interesting year for Brooklyn overall. And guys, you know, we've talked about it before, but it bears repeating. Dwight Howard may be the best overall rebounder in the last decade. 5 times out of the last 8 years, he's led the league in rebounding. That's almost impossible to do in the modern NBA.
Keep it going for your Rockets Power Dancer.
And so it's Brooklyn with it, trailing by 10. And it's Lopez penetrating. It's deflected. On the wing, Harden launches it. Another miss by Houston. Howard is still, Clark, an efficient rebounder, still prolific, in fact, but he's no longer dominant. Last year he had not one 20-plus rebound game. Tell me the last time that happened.
Well, you know, this being Dwight's 12th season in the league, Kevin, a lot of wear and tear on him. I think he's trying to fight through it, and he's still very much more than serviceable. Wants to get a ring, and he's doing his part to try to make that happen.
And Thomas Robinson has been on a lot of teams here in his short time in the league. Not easy to find a spot when you're always getting moved.
And for Robinson, the trades weigh on him as well. Clark, he said last season that he just wants to prove that he belongs here.
Well, you know, he's yet to find the right fit for a team, but the skill set is clearly there. I mean, he's an NBA player. There's no doubt about that. Looked great for Philadelphia near the end of the year as he got minutes with them.
Harden's shot is good.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Stolen by Harden. Here's Ariza, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one, drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for
And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the three. It's a pretty valuable commodity for him. Here's Sloan. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Pass to Johnson. All alone. And again, it's the Nets missing.
You know, you talk about Trevor Ariza last season. I mean, his field goal percentage dipped to 40, mostly because he only took threes, or so it appeared. It's hard to be efficient if you're only shooting threes.
And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Shane Larkins checked in for the Nets. On defense, Brooklyn. It's a 13-point game. Harden dishes to Moniunas. Just 5 to shoot. Ariza, an amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Ariza's got 7 points.
And guys, when you think about Trevor Ariza, he was signed by Houston last year to play defense. And did he deliver on that end? He was usually matched up against the opponent's best wing scorer, and he had the highest steals average of his career, almost 2 a game. Add to that, he is a knockdown shooter from beyond the arc.
Here's Larkin following the score by Trevor Ariza. Lopez a screen. Feeds it to Johnson. It's deflected. Harden up top. He's got 15, but he stays with it. Goes back up, and the shot is good. 17 points in the game.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Lopez a screen. Here's Ellington. No good off the back of the rim. And here's Houston. They're on a 14-4 run right now. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ariza. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. In second, the Rockets.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Capella's checked in, and Smith's subbed in for Trevor Ariza. There's a screen by Robinson. His shot is good, scores his 3rd basket in 6 tries, shooting 50%.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
In the corner, Smith with it, fires for 3. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. Smith's got himself on the board with 3 there.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Johnson left side. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Josh Smith.
And I feel like there's a reason Joe Johnson has gotten a number of astronomical contracts. It's because he does everything for you. He's like one of those items you buy that touts everything you need, nothing you don't. Well, to me, that's Joe Johnson.
Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Houston. Clark, when you take a look at Joe Johnson, and if you were on a good team, a team that was contending for a championship, where ideally would you like him to be? Where would you slot him?
I'd put him in that 1st or 2nd scoring role because he's so good and scores so effortlessly. And at some point, I think he's going to hoist that Larry O'Brien trophy.
Now, here's Lopez. Josh Smith unable to get his shot to go. The shot by Johnson, no good.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
So it's Brooklyn now. Dwight Howard missing his last shot. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Now Thornton. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
He is yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part, but they need him to pick his game up.
Ellington kicks to Lopez. Pass to Ellington. The 19-foot shot in the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Now here's Lawson. The baseline J. Can't get it to go.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense, active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
Howard against Lopez. Tries again, and he lays it up and in. Lopez has got 5 points so far.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Now here's Lawson. Screen by Howard. And Lawson, here we go. Shot to stop the drought, and it's Howard laying it in. 12 points for him.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Well, it's paid off with a greater rate of second chance hoops. I mean, great effort to build this lead on their part.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Smith, the pass to Lawson. Thornton for three. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. Lawson's got 3 assists in the game. .114 left to play here in the half. The dish to Larkin. Ellington kicks to Robinson. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And it's sent back by Howard.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Here's Larkin. That's good from 17 feet away. Now, here is Lawson. And he uses the glass on the layup. Lawson's got his second bucket tonight.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
The Rockets making a switch here. Jones has checked in. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Bargnani has checked in for Lopez. Reed comes in for Thomas Robinson. Bogdanovich has checked in for Joe Johnson. And it's Brown in for Wayne Ellington. Screen by Jones. Lawson dishes to Jones, and he gets it to go.
Boy, that's a nice feed by Lawson.
That's his first personal foul.
Rockets have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. And that one falls for Jones. Nets trail by 20. And Sloan kicks to Reed. Uncovered. Not gonna go as it bounces high off the rim. And here is Thornton. Fires from deep. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Houston on top, opening up a huge gap. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with Dwight Howard. And Dwight, you looked really strong so far tonight. What's been your approach?
I'm just trying to play with a lot of energy. Do the best I can on the defensive end to help my teammates out. Most hard.
Dwight, thank you so much. Kevin, one of the most intimidating defenders in the league.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. James Harden led the way in the first half. He ended up with 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal. It's really great to see him back to what appears to be top form coming off the injury. There's a sense of reassurance that he's healthy after the first 2 quarters back. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets? And over to Shaq, what do you think about Brooklyn?
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially at the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seemed to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count and that means taking care of the ball.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of